be Pentecost, birthday of the church. Happy birthday. What happened on Pentecost? Why was Pentecost any different than any other day?
The Holy Spirit.
The Holy Spirit came and filled the disciples, and they went out. So they were able to speak in tongues, but they were able to go out and proclaim what? The good word of the gospel to people of all nations, right? People who spoke different languages, different dialect, and convert them and let them know about the good news of Jesus Christ. So we celebrate as the birthday of the church. What a powerful thing it is to have the Holy Spirit, right? To enable us, to empower us, to give us that whatever we need to fulfill the mission of spreading the good news of Jesus Christ. But were the disciples the only ones to receive that?
No.
No. Do we have that?
Yes.
Yes. We have the Holy Spirit too. When do we get that? Where do I go to buy that? Where do I go to purchase that Holy Spirit? I need me a bottle. We just don't carry it around in my pocket in case I need it. When do we get that, in all seriousness? When do we get that? When you come and believe it, right? Some people say through baptism, when you're baptized, right? But we all have that Holy Spirit inside of us. And that Holy Spirit is there for a reason. It's to create change, isn't it? It changes us. It moves us. It kind of shapes us. Sometimes we start to realize that the things that we used to do aren't cool anymore, right? That's not what God wanted us to do. That's not the person God would have us to be, right? That we need to make some changes. Now, some people, they're not going to change, are they? They fight it all the way. They say, look, I came forward, I made my confession, I got baptized, and I'm good. I got my ticket, and everything's good. I'm going to heaven, and it's all good. No need to move any closer to God. No need to change it anyway, because I'm good. I call that cheap faith, cheap grace. Right? Because change, God requires you to change. He sent you that Holy Spirit to change you, to empower you, to get rid of those imperfections that, make us not pleasing to God. Now, does that mean we're all going to be perfect? No, sure. No, we're all works in progress, right? We're all working to change. We're all working to get better. Every day I wake up, I hope I'm a better person today than I was yesterday. I mean, I know God's still polishing me off. He's knocking off some of the rust and some of the rough places and the places I need improvement. And I'm glad He is. It makes me a better person every day. Sometimes it's a little bit painful, and sometimes it's a little bit humbling. But it's necessary, isn't it, to make me the kind of person that I need to be. But a lot of people, they're not all in like that. And I know a lot of folks like that. They're just, like I was saying, they take the grace and the baptism, that's it, they're done. They'll show up on a Sunday, there's a story, but they're not all in. There's a story of Ivan the Terrible back in the 16th century, and that's a long time ago. But he was a ruler of Russia. What was Russia? Or what would be Russia today? And he spent most of his time plundering, taking over villages, conquering, fighting wars. That was his thing. That's what he did. Anyway, Ivan was very successful at what he did, and but it took a lot of time. It took a lot of his time, and his advisors were worried that he was spending so much time plundering these villages and doing it. He wasn't going to have an heir because he hadn't had time to find him a wife. And they confronted him with that, and he said, well, okay, well, I'll tell you what, I'll put you in charge. You find me a wife. And so they started a search, and they went to eHarmony. Just kidding. I'm just seeing if you're paying attention. They went out in search of a wife. And it had to be somebody suitable because he was the leader of Russia. And they searched and they searched, and they finally found, down in Greece, they found the daughter of the king of Greece, and her name was Sophia, and she was very beautiful, very intelligent, perfect to be the queen. And they went back and they told Ivan about her, and he said, oh, I'm all in, I'm good, that sounds great to me. And they went back to the king, and they asked the king if the two could be married. He said, yes, but under one condition. The condition is that Ivan be baptized and join the church. So they went back to Ivan, and they told him, he said, okay, I'm in. You know, so he went down there, and he took 500 of his best soldiers, and they went down there together. And Ivan, his soldiers saw that Ivan was going to be baptized and was going to join the church, and they wanted to be like their leader, so they said, you know, we want to join too. And the priest said, well, that's good, you know, you need to make a profession of faith, but you also need to affirm the doctrine of the Orthodox Church there, and part of that doctrine was that you couldn't be a professional soldier. Well, that presented quite a predicament, didn't it? What are they going to do? If I do this, I have to give up being a soldier. And they asked for a day to think about it, to see what they could come up with. And they said, the priest said, okay, that's fine, we'll give you a day. And the next day they came back and said, we come up with a plan, but we'd all want to be baptized at the same time. There's 500 of us, you'll need 500 priests. They said, okay. So they rounded up 500 priests, and the 500 soldiers went out to the water. Can you imagine that sight? 500 people being baptized at one time. And as the priest put them under, each of the soldiers took their sword hand and drew their sword and raised it up as to not baptize that arm. So they were totally in except for what? Their sword hand. Now I wonder how many people go into baptism like that. You know, I've done a lot of baptisms. So I've baptized some of you. But I've never seen anybody hold up their sword hand in a baptism in all my years. Never happened. But I have noticed something, that a lot of people don't bring everything to their baptism, or at least to the baptismal waters. They leave some things back there in the dressing room, like your wallet. You don't bring your wallet to the dressing room, or your iPhone, or whatever phone you have, or your watch, or your shoes, or your change of clothes. You don't bring everything you have to baptism, do you? Recall your baptism, when you were baptized, did you take all that stuff into the water with you? And in the case of a phone, it's probably really a smart thing. I mean, phones are expensive, right, Mom and Dad? Yeah, you don't want them to take them. But I wonder how symbolic that is of the way we really are. You see, I wonder how many of us, you know, let's just take the wallet. I wonder how many of us go to baptism and say, you know, God, you can have all of me, but you can't have my money. I got to draw the line somewhere, God. I'll give my 10%, but if I give my 10%, or if I put something in the plate on Sunday, don't put that beggar in front of me, because I'm done. You know, 10's the limit. Some people think 1's the limit, but 10 is definitely the limit. You can have me, but you can't have my money, right? And we hold that out of the water as we're going under, right? Symbolically, right? So we're surrendering, but we're not surrendering everything, are we? We're holding on. It's like we say, God, look, you can have all this stuff, all these blocks that I have, but you can't have this one, because this one's mine. This is my money, and I need that. I need my money. But you can have well, wait a minute. No. You can have my money too. I need my time too, God. You can have everything, but I need to keep this one. It's my time. Because I know you've given me over 10,000 minutes a week, and I'm going to give you 60 of them in church, maybe 120, but that's it. That's all I can give. That's my 1% of my time that I can give to you. I don't have time for prayer. I don't have time for Bible study. I don't have time to do service for the church or for other people. I need to hold on to my time. Right? Maybe that's why we leave our watch back in the dressing room. Right? You know, am I stepping on toe? I hope I'm not stepping on it. Raise your feet. I don't want to step on your toes. I'm just trying to remind you of some stuff. So maybe time is something that we hold back, right? You say, well, no, I don't have a problem with money. I don't have a problem with time. I get that. But some things you got to hold on to, like, I got to be able to talk about people. I mean, God, you know, you take everything you need, but I need my ability to talk about people. I need that phone. I got to keep up on the latest gossip, right? I got to know what's going on. I got to know who to talk bad about on Monday because it's Sunday and Monday's coming up, and then there are going to be people at the water fountain and we're going to need to talk about somebody. And if I don't talk about somebody, they're going to be talking about me.
Yeah.
I got to keep them busy. We got to talk about somebody, right? Is that what God wants? Us tearing people down? Looking for the, but I'm going to hold on to this God. You have all these other things that I want to give you. I want to give you those other things. What about pride? Anybody got an issue with giving God? I'm just going to be a humble little tigger. I am. It's whatever you want me to do, God. No. I got to hold on to this pride. I got to worry about what people think about me. Because if people think bad about me, what happens then? Well, people think, you know, he's just a religious fanatic. All he wants to do is talk about Jesus. Wow, I don't want anybody thinking I'm that. What kind of person would that be? I want to be popular. I want to say things that people want to hear. I want to take time to gossip about people's money. You know? What about language? Ooh, ouch. What about language? You can have all I have got. I need to be able to cuss. You know, sometimes you just got to say a cuss word. There are just times that no other word in the world will do but a cuss word. Holy Spirit's convicting people. I feel it already. But we got to, you know, what about our language? Do we hold on to that? Or we're good. We can give that to God. Right? We can give that to God. What about our addictions?
We gave it up.
It was so drunk it fell off the bottle. But what about our addictions? What about, you know, drug addictions or alcohol addictions, addiction to porn or addiction to any of those things? Are we willing to give those things up too? You mean I got to give it all up? Or can I give all this to God? What about that? What about this one? Ooh, nobody's got a problem with this one.
I can't read.
Unforgiveness. I forgive you. Unforgiveness. Unforgiveness. Now, I'm going to give you everything, God, but I got to hold on to that grudge. I need that grudge, God. Now, I know you can handle everything, but I need to hate. I need to hate me some people. Which brings us to the next one. Hate. Goes right along with unforgiveness, don't it? You know what ruins a good hate?
Forgiveness.
Forgiveness and prayer. I heard a friend of mine, a minister, said, nothing like prayer to ruin a good hate. It's true. If you start praying for people, you stop hating them. It's true. Try it. Pick somebody you hate and start praying for them every day. See how your attitude changes about them. God will lay that on your heart. He's going to convict you. If that's how, I'm just saying, if that's you. If it's you, but we give that to God. Ooh. What about this one? Envy. You know, I got things. I sure would like a nicer car. I sure do need a bigger house or a newer gun or that fishing pole. He's got a nice fishing pole. I just got a cane pole. I sure would. Envy. Do we give that up too? We can have all this stuff to give up. And most of it revolves around this one block. Being selfish. You almost got to see a YouTube sensation. Being selfish, right? When we put ourselves first in any situation, as opposed to those around us, or opposed to putting God first, we're being what? Selfish. When we let the world revolve around us and not revolve around God and what God wants, we're being selfish. We're being self-centered. And all these other things seem to revolve around this because it's all about me when I'm hating someone else, right? It's all about me when I'm what? Being envious, because I want those things. It's all about me when I refuse to forgive somebody, or if I have to use foul language. or if I have to feed my addiction to alcohol or to drugs, you see what I'm saying? It's all about me. When it's all about you, you all wrong. You see? And we just put these blocks here. And I don't know if you noticed this when I was putting those blocks there. But earlier in the service, before the service started, I had lit that Christ candle. You see it? Can you see it? Can you see Christ in that table? No. You see, when we let those things, those little things, those just a few little things. We let those little things like hate, unforgiveness, and envy. When we let those fill our lives, when we let that fill our table, there's no sin to Christ in us, is there? It makes it hard for us to do the work that God has for us. To go out and proclaim the gospel of Jesus Christ. It makes it difficult to do that when what I'm showing is selfishness to the world. When what I display to my neighbor is envy. It's hard for me to be a witness for Christ, isn't it? It's hard for me to utilize that Holy Spirit who's inside of me trying to change me, trying to move me into a better place. Trying to move me into a witness for Christ. How many of us have a table that looks like this? Or maybe yours isn't that bad. Maybe you don't need that one. Or that. Maybe you don't need that one. Maybe you can see a little, there's a little Jesus coming through. Maybe that's what you need. Maybe that's it. Or like that. Or like that. Or like that. But this is what Jesus wants it to look like that.
Amen.
Where you can see Christ in everything that you do. I'll pick it up. Everybody's right. Who's going to pick up them blocks? I'm not picking up those blocks. You're selfish. I'll pick it up. But this is what Christ wants. This is what Christ wants. He wants to be not only at the center of your table, He wants to be the only thing on your table. You don't need those other things. Those other things don't serve you at all. They only tear you down and tear others down. You see, the gift of the Holy Spirit is meant to look like this. It's meant to change you. It's meant to clear your table. To clear those blocks. Those things that block Christ from shining through in you. You know, we talked about, or they talked about in Sunday school this morning, or I listened a lot, but they were talking about this morning about Deborah, and they were talking about the judges, and we were talking about that cycle that goes on, and how this world is in that same cycle of when we move away from God, bad things happen, we move closer to God, right? We do that as individuals, we do that as a country. Israelites did that as a nation. It's a continual cycle. But they need leaders. This country needs leaders. The church needs leaders. We need people who will go out there and will live a life for Christ. People who will live out Christ, not only in word, but in their actions. In other words, when they encounter somebody in need, they help. They don't say, well, I gave my money at the church and I'm done. That they're all in. Because, see, you have a choice. You really have a choice when it comes to any part of your life. When it comes to your Christian life, you can be all in, or you can be like the soldier. Saying, I'm holding on to this, God. This is mine. This is my fault. This is my one thing I got to have. You can have all of me but this. Is that how you're leading your life? I hope not. But if it is, you need to get rid of this. You need to throw it away. You need to unblock the path so God's grace can flow through you and shine into a dark, dark world. The world needs leaders. Will you be one? Are you arms up or are you all in? And all God's people said, Amen.